September 15th. Now, you can choose today if you want. There's 4 things you can do today. We're doing only one of them. You can do cheese toast, whatever the heck that is. You can do cream de mint, which is that green liqueur. You can make something with that. It's also double cheeseburger day. Now, I know you're thinking, well, how come he's not doing double cheeseburger? Because in like 3 days, it's regular cheeseburger day. So I'm not going to do 2 cheeseburger days. See, sometimes you got to look ahead to see what's coming up. Or you can do what we're doing today, which is Linguine day. We're making a linguine pasta. Now, one of the fun things about this show, why I started doing it, one was to teach myself how to be a better cook. One was just the pure enjoyment of it. But a big part of it was that as much as we'd all love to go out and eat out every night at a nice restaurant, we can't afford it. So when you do go out for that occasional dinner out, and you find that one dish that you really like, and you're like, wow, this is really great, especially if it's like a big chain type place, you can go home now via the internet and find everything. There's copycat recipes for everything. Any kind of dish that you go out and you can find. So anyway, there's one of the chain places has a pasta dish that I absolutely love. Now they do it with penne. I'm doing it with linguine because I've been dying to try this one, and I figured, the heck with it, let's just do it today with linguine. It's still going to be just as good. I can't tell you the name of the place. They're famous for their desserts, their cheesecakes. Let's just say that. I could say that, but whatever. And they have a pasta dish on their menu that's named after a famous artist. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, so here's the stuff that we need. It's not a lot of stuff. I got my water boiling already for my linguine. It's salted nicely, okay? Make sure you always salt your water. Not many ingredients. Let's get started on this one today. Here's what you need. Okay, for our copycat pasta recipe today using linguine, you need 1 shallot chopped, a good amount of cremini mushrooms quartered, a teaspoon of garlic chopped, 1 chicken breast cut into bite-sized pieces, 3 tablespoons of butter, a tablespoon of flour, a teaspoon of salt, a cup of Madeira wine, a half a cup of water, 2 tablespoons of heavy cream, and a tablespoon of fresh chopped parsley. Okay, so let's get started today. I kind of gave you a rough idea of the ingredients. I'll be a little more specific as I go through it. I have my water boiling, like I said, but I don't want to put my pasta in just yet because that pasta is going to go right from that hot water into this saucepan with our sauce that we're going to make. Okay, so what I'm going to do first, on a medium heat, I got my pan heating up here. I'm going to take 1 of those tablespoons of our 3 tablespoons of butter, and I'm just going to kind of melt this down. I guess I should get a spoon, right? Ta-da! Wooden spoon. I'm just going to melt this butter down into this pan, and then to that I'm going to add my garlic, my shallots, and my mushrooms. Now my mushrooms, I bought cremini mushrooms, and they're, they vary in size. I tried to find a pack that, they were all kind of like button size rather than real big ones. You can use any kind of mushrooms you like, obviously. I'm trying to stay within the guidelines of this copycat recipe. So what I did was I quartered them, okay? So if that was my mushroom there, that's quartered them. If they were small, I cut them in half. If they were a little bigger, I quartered them, just so they're nice and chunky. We don't want slices, okay, for this. We want chunky mushrooms here, okay? So I didn't, the recipe calls for a certain amount, like 1/3 of a cup or something. How do you measure 1/3 of a cup of mushrooms? I don't know. Anyway, so I just put a good amount that I thought would go well with everything, like kind of eyeball it and just see. Okay, so to that, we're going to add our 1 chopped shallot. Doesn't have to be finely chopped, okay? It can just be a nice, regular dice cut chop, okay? We're going to add that, our sliced garlic. It says don't use minced or crushed. I guess they want you to keep it as whole as possible, okay? And then to that, we're going to add our mushrooms, okay? So the 3 veggies go in, and we just kind of stir those around, and we're just going to cook this down until everything gets nice and tender in here, okay? Okay, so once these all get nice and tender, you can see the mushrooms kind of shrink down and they become small. That's why you kind of want to quarter them they're still going to stay a nice bite size, but they definitely shrink down once they start to cook. So I'm going to take this part of the mixture out and put it into a clean bowl and keep it off to the side. That'll come back into play later. Now I'm going to take my bite-sized chicken. I took one chicken breast, one good-sized thick chicken breast, cut it in half that way as if you were going to butterfly it, but cut it all the way through, and then cut it into these nice chunks. Okay? We're going to put that into our pan and get that cooking. Okay? Same pan. Just want to fry this up until it's not pink. No pink chicken. And then we'll be ready for the next step. Okay, so we're going to fry this up, get another clean bowl ready, because you're going to put this cooked chicken into another bowl and put that on the side, but don't put it back in the raw chicken bowl. That's no good. Okay, so we take the chicken out of the pan. It'll finish cooking in the sauce later. Take your other 2 tablespoons of butter, add that to the same pan. Okay? I'm going to switch spoons. Just because, like I said, I'm crazy freaky about raw chicken. So I'm just going to switch to a different spoon, just in case. Okay? So we're going to melt that butter, and we're going to add our flour, okay? To make a roux, obviously. Okay? Make sure you scrape the bottom of your pan while you're doing this too, because that'll help get those nice flavorful brown bits off the bottom from the chicken and the veggies. Okay, so we just mix that together, let that cook for a minute. Okay, then we switch to a medium-high heat, and we're going to add our cup of Madeira wine. We want to cook off the alcohol, plus this will deglaze our pan as well, so now you really want to get in there and scrape, because everything comes right off once you do that. Okay, and we're just going to let this cook for about, I don't know, 8 to 10 minutes. It's going to thicken up, obviously, and we want to make sure we cook our alcohol out. Make sure you scrape, scrape, scrape. Whoop! One of my followers now. I'll be back. 8 to 10 minutes. Just let that kind of simmer there, okay? Okay, then you see it's gotten kind of thick only after a couple minutes, obviously, because of the roux. Now you can put your pasta in your water and get that going. Okay, and to this now, we're going to add our heavy cream. Okay? And just stir that in. Let this just simmer and cook. Okay? Somewhere along the lines in this recipe, it didn't tell me what to do with this half cup of water. So I dumped it out and I took a half a cup of water of our pasta water, because it's got that nice starchy water. And I'm going to add this. I'm assuming it's meant to be added to this just to thin the sauce a little bit and stretch it a little bit, okay? So I'm just going to add it to this and just incorporate that in. Yes, this is a great looking sauce, and it smells awesome. I mean, it almost smells like a marsala. And with the mushrooms and everything, maybe that's kind of close to what it's going to taste like. I don't know. I know what it tastes like at the restaurant when I've had it, and I absolutely love it. So I'm hoping we're good with that. Okay, be right back. I'm going to put the rest of this together. Put your chicken back in the pan. Put your mushroom, shallots, and whatever the other thing was, garlic back in the pan. I forgot what was in that. We're going to add our, let's see, what do we got? Oh, no, that's our cream. We're going to add a pinch of our salt. I don't want to go too heavy on it. I know it says a certain amount, but I think we'll be fine with that. And our chopped parsley, okay? So we're just going to incorporate that. Let that simmer for about 3 to 4 minutes. You want to make sure your chicken is cooked all the way through, and all these flavors have a chance now to mesh together, okay? Okay, so our pasta is all ready. You want to make sure your pasta is a nice al dente. Don't cook it all the way through, because it's going to cook a little bit in here. I always have a dripping time with this, okay? So we're just going to take it right out of our pot and right into our sauce. That's if we can get it out. It's going to slide all over the place. That's all right. We lose a piece here and there, and we'll live. All right? So we're just going to put this all into our pan here, toss this all together, plate it, and be back for the tasting, okay? Okay, I changed shirts because, man, it gets hot in here. Good thing fall's coming because we're going to be using our oven, I think, a lot for baking. I have a funny feeling it's going to be Pumpkin City soon. So, thank God it's cooling off a little bit. So there's our beautiful pasta plated up. I put a little extra parsley on the top. Let's give this one a try today. Make sure you get a little bit of everything. You want a piece of mushroom. You want a piece of chicken. You want to twirl that all together. Give it a taste. Man, is that good. It is close to a marsala with a slight difference. Like you can taste a little, maybe the Madeira wine is a little sweeter. There is a slight difference in taste. Plus, with the cream in it and stuff, I mean, there's only a little bit anyway. But really, really tasty. Perfect for Linguine Day. I mean, something different. Mushrooms are so flavorful. Chicken, beautiful. All right. And there's some left over for later. Okay? I made 2 plates. And there's still some left over. So we love that. Leftovers. I love leftovers. I don't know about anybody else. Alrighty. So we'll be back tomorrow. Like I said, you had a bunch of choices today. We chose Linguine Day because cheeseburger's coming up again anyway. And pick which one you like and enjoy the day. Celebrate the day, people. That's what the show's all about. Have some fun. Alrighty. We'll see you tomorrow.